Hampus Lindholm is unlikely to return this season. Charlie McAvoy is doing better, and the Bruins might look to the future this year at the trade deadline. I will talk about all this and more as I debrief what Don Sweeney said to the media today. So buckle up, Bruins fans. I'm here to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. If you've been liking my Bruins content, please leave me a like and subscribe. If you've already done so, thank you, and let's get into it. Don Sweeney addressed the media today and gave some very bad news for Bruins fans. Hampus Lindholm will likely miss the rest of the season with a knee injury. The 31-year-old defenseman was injured blocking a shot on November 12th against the St. Louis Blues and has not played since. As everybody knows, he had a significant knee injury. Fractured his patella, had surgery, Sweeney said. There's no real definitive timeline, and we're pretty open about that. And we didn't want to peg a timeline on it because of the complexity of the injury. Sweeney said Lindholm is expected to have a follow-up exam next week to remove some of the hardware that has caused the irritation during his rehab. Again, the healing process has gone well, and will have no setbacks moving forward, Sweeney said. That being said, it's going to take a little more time to heal naturally, and we don't want to put a timeline on when he'll be back to 100%. Lindholm is in his third full season with the Bruins after being acquired from the Anaheim Mighty Ducks on March 19, 2022. He has 313 points, 73 goals, 240 assists in 762 regular season games with the Anaheim Ducks and the Boston Bruins, and 25 points in 79 Stanley Cup playoff games. For Bruins fans, this isn't the news we want to hear. It hasn't been the best season from a performance standard, and the window for making the playoffs is growing smaller by the day. The Bruins managed to get a point in their 3-2 overtime loss to Anaheim in their last game, but are still 1 point back on the wildcard spot and had played more games than the teams in front of them. Hope isn't lost, but hearing a key player to the back end most likely won't return this season can't be good for their chances. Lindholm, who most thought would help get that struggling power play back going, it doesn't look like that's going to be happening, so hopefully Mason Lohrei can fill his shoes for now. With Lindholm out, there's no quick fix for the Bruins, and with him on LTIR, that does give them some cap room, but highly unlikely they'll even make a move to fill that space unless they go on a run and they're going to make the playoffs. How much do you think losing Lindholm hurts their chances for making the playoffs? Sweeney also said there's no timeline on regarding the return of defenseman Charlie McAvoy, who was hospitalized with a shoulder injury and an infection during the Four Nations face-off. McAvoy, who is playing for the United States, had 23 points, 7 goals and 16 assists in 50 games this season and leads the Boston Bruins for time on ice with 23 minutes and 40 seconds average ice time. Sweeney decided not to comment on the handling of McAvoy's injury by Team USA's medical staff, but by the countless social media posts, I think it's safe to say the Bruins are not happy. I think it's safe to say that the Boston Bruins and the Minnesota Wild will not be making any trades during this trade deadline. Bill Guerin was the GM of Team USA, and the Minnesota Wild's medical team was the medical staff for Team USA. If McAvoy is out for a considerable amount of time, it could be a huge blow for the Boston Bruins and their playoff chances. We're happy to report Charlie is doing better, Sweeney said. Again, no timeline in regards to his surgery and his shoulder, but doing much better, and we're very grateful. Appreciative to Doc Asnis. That one's tough for me, I apologize. And the medical staff that took care of Charlie, Sweeney said. Sweeney also mentioned today that the Boston Bruins, who have been aggressive in the past, will look at all opportunities this year, including potentially an eye towards the future. Sweeney's words go along with what many of the NHL insiders have been saying, that the Boston Bruins are looking to be sellers this year at the deadline. I spoke about what players are being talked about in a previous video, and right now, I'm sure in the coming days, things will start to heat up and we're going to hear a lot of news with the trade deadline right around the corner. Just a quick video here, but I wanted to get you a quick update on the news from today. Let me know in the comments anything you want to talk about because I'd be happy to have a conversation. That's a wrap on today's video. To stay up to date on all the news surrounding Boston Bruins, please subscribe and drop me a like. If news breaks surrounding the Boston Bruins, be sure to check out the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you, and I'll see you next time.